Science Ninja Team Gatchaman is a 5-member superhero team composed of the main characters of several anime created by Tatsuo Yoshida, originally produced in Japan by Tatsunoko Productions and later adapted into several English-language versions. The team is also known as Gatchaman. The original series, produced in 1972, was eponymously entitled Kagaku Ninja Tai Gatchaman and is best known in the English-speaking world as the adaptation entitled Battle of the Planets. The series had additional English adaptations with G-Force, Guardians of Space and ADV Films Uncut 2005 release. Tatsunoko also uses the official translation Science Commando Gatchaman in related products and media. The original Kagaku Ninja Tai Gatchaman series was followed by an animated film and 2 sequel series, Gatchaman 2 and Gatchaman Fighter. During the 1990s, episodes from both series were dubbed into English by Saban as Eagle Riders. In 1994, the original series was remade as a condensed original video animation series. A second feature film version of Gatchaman was in production by Imagi Animation Studios, directed by Ben Gluck for a 2012 release, but was cancelled as a result of the studio's financial problems. A live-action film was developed by Nikatsu Studios and released in 2013. Original series Plot Recurring themes of Gatchaman involve conservation, environmentalism and the responsible use of technology for progress. The series centers around 5 young superhero ninja employed by Kazaba and Nambu of the fictitious International Science Organization to oppose an international terrorist organization of technologically advanced villains who are trying to control Earth's natural resources. The leader of Galacta is an androgynous, masked antagonist named Bergkatz, who is later revealed to be a shape-shifting, mutant hermaphrodite acting on the orders of an alien superior. The most common plot involves the Gatchaman team opposing giant monsters dispatched by Galacta to steal natural resources such as water, oil, sugar and uranium. These mechas are often animal-based. The Science Ninja team is often aided by a squadron of combat pilots led by the enigmatic Red Impulse, who is later revealed as Ken's father. Most of the team are in their late teens, except for Junpei. They include Ken Washio, the team leader and tactical expert. Joe Asakura, his second-in-command marksman and weapons expert. Jun, the team's electronics and demolitions expert. Junpei, the youngest and the reconnaissance expert, an adopted brother of Jun, and Ryan Nakanishi, the ship's pilot. The main characters wear team clothing with t-shirts numbered to show their rank in the team or caped, bird-like battle uniforms. The Gatchaman team employ a unique style of violent, effective martial arts drawing on their ability to perform feats similar to their avian namesakes, such as high-speed running and flight, high jumping and silent attacks. This fighting system, known as Science Ninja Technique, is mentioned in the Japanese lyrics of the Gatchaman theme. The team members also use signature weapons and mecha-style vehicles, each with a mundane, disguised form. To change modes, each member is equipped with a wrist device that, in addition to communications and tracking, enables a change when the proper gesture and voice command is given. Their vehicles are docked in the team's main vehicle, the God Phoenix, a supersonic plane capable of underwater travel and space flight. The God Phoenix is armed with bird missiles, which are fired from a rack mounted atop the center section. After the original God Phoenix is destroyed by an octopus mecha, an improved version carries a pair of Super Bird missiles in twin drop-down pods on the bottom center section. The ship also has an energy beam weapon which opens the nose doors for the weapon apparatus mounted on the frame holding Joe's car. However, its solar power source is unreliable because of his sensitivity to cloud cover. The plane can also temporarily transform into a massive bird of flame to escape danger or attack, although the process endangers the team because of extreme pressure in the passenger cabin. Characters Ken, the Eagle, Ken Washio, a pilot, is a leader of the Science Ninja team. Gatchaman designates the team leader. Ken's father disappeared during a flight, becoming Red Impulse. Ken did not know his father, and was raised by Dr. Nambu. Joe, the Condor, Joe Asakura is an Italian of Japanese descent. A race car driver, he is a sub-leader of the team. Joe was born George Asakura, the son of Giuseppe Asakura and his wife Caterina. Dr. Nambu rescued the boy, named him Joe to hide him from Galacta and raised him as his son. Jun, the Swan, Jun is an American of Japanese descent. Raised in an orphanage, her last name is not disclosed in the anime. In her free time, she enjoys riding her motorcycle and runs Snack Bar J. Junpei, the Swallow. Junpei was also an orphan, and grew up with Jun. His last name is not disclosed in the anime either, and he lives in Snack Bar J with Jun. Rya, the owl, Rya Nakanishi, a fisherman's son, is the manager of a yacht harbor and the main pilot of God Phoenix. He is the only person in the team who has a family. Episodes production created in the wake of the henshin boom begun by Shotaro Ishinomori's Kamen Rider in 1971, Gatchaman was conceived as a blending of ninja adventure with science fiction. It was one of the most successful anime attempts to emulate the American superhero genre, with many of its conventions. Film version Other anime series Gatchaman 2 A sequel, filmed with a different color process, was released 4 years later. Resembling the Blue Hawk, the new God Phoenix is larger and painted with the face of a bird. The personal mecha are also upgraded, with similar bird design paint jobs. Rya has a tank-like mecha and a pilot machine to assist him. Gatchaman Fighter This series aired in 1979, immediately after Gatchaman 2. Here, the team's mecha bear no resemblance to birds. Earth is again threatened by the former Sosai X, who inflicts many more casualties than he did in the 2 previous series. Gatchaman A 1994 series featured updated character designs and altered backgrounds. Gatchaman Crowds A new series based on the Gatchaman universe premiered in July 2013 on NTV. Like the original series, it was produced by Tatsunoko. The story is set in Takakawa City, Tokyo, where some of its residents have been chosen to join a team to confront a mysterious entity known as MESS. The series follows Hajime Kinos, a 16-year-old girl who is the team's newest member. Adaptations Gatchaman has aired in a number of countries, in several languages. Original broadcasts The original series was shown in Japan, and later exported to other countries. In Taiwan, beginning in 1977 it was known as Keizuxia or Freaksia. The series, aired on the China TV network, was repeated several times. Battle of the Planets Sandy Frank and Jameson Brewer aired the series on American television in 1978, in heavily edited form, as Battle of the Planets. A number of scenes were replaced with new segments by Gallery International Films, with additional characters, Seven Zark 7 and his associates, One Rover 1 and Susan, in a number of space outposts. Other segments included the Phoenix flying in space. The quality of the new segments matched the original content, with the G-Force and Seven Zark 7 appearing together. New music was blended with the original soundtrack. Although all 105 episodes were used as sources, 85 sporadic episodes were released. An animated TV movie was made, combining several episodes into a new storyline. G-Force, Guardians of Space The series received a second English translation from Turner Program Services and Fred Ladd, and was entitled G-Force, Guardians of Space. This adaptation consisted of 85 episodes, spanning episodes 1 to 87 but skipping episodes 81 and 86. The series aired internationally beginning in 1987, but would not air in its entirety in the US until its run on Cartoon Network in 1995. Although this version was less heavily edited and had a relatively faithful translation, the voice acting, background music and the Americanized character names were criticized. Eagle Riders The sequel series Gatchaman 2 and Gatchaman Fighter were combined and translated as Eagle Riders in 1996 by Saban Entertainment, with changes in audio and character names. equals Battle of the Planets, Phoenix Ninjas equals, there will be a reboot of Battle of the Planets produced by Nelvana and D. Rights. Equals North American home video releases equals, Battle of the Planets was released on VHS and DVD from 2001 to 2003 by Rhino Entertainment in 6 volumes and a complete DVD collection. Episodes from the G-Force version were included on the DVDs, and 7 more episodes were released in a 2004 Best of Collection. Urban Vision released the 1994 OVA on VHS in 1997 and DVD in 2001, containing the original Harmony Gold English dub and Japanese audio with English subtitles. Urban Vision's license then expired, and the releases are out of print. ADV Films released an uncut version of the original series on DVD in 2005 Euro 2006 in 18 volumes containing a new uncut English dub and Japanese audio with English subtitles. This release included all 105 episodes. The dub aimed to be a faithful translation, without attempts to modify the show for younger viewers. The English dub contained creative changes, profanity, 1970s slang and thick, occasionally stereotypical accents were added. In 2007 Sandy Frank's long-term contract with Tatsunoko Productions, which gave it all domestic U.S. rights to the first Gatchaman series and its English adaptations, lapsed and all video releases were out of print. Sentai Filmworks later signed a contract with Tatsunoko, acquiring the North American home video rights to the Gatchaman franchise in 2013. Section 23 Films released a complete collection of the series on DVD and Blu-ray on December 10, 2013. The Blu-ray set contains 14 discs in 3 keep cases, and the DVD set has 22 discs in 4 cases. Both sets contain all 105 episodes of the original series and all 3 OVA episodes. The OVA were also released individually on DVD. Team variations in different versions equals, although he was the Swallow, Jimmy called himself the Falcon. Other character variations in different versions equals. Other changes equals, the original Japanese language version of Gatchaman features a few words in English. Live action films. Cancelled Imagi film equals, Imagi began developing a film version in 2004, with producer Tom Gray saying that it would have a PG-13 or a rating. A Gatchaman film was first announced in February 2006, with an expected 2008 release. Kevin Munro was scheduled to write and direct, with Lynn Sutherland as producer, and an initial treatment was begun. However, in 2008 Munro was taken off the project to direct Dylan Dog. Although early scripts were written by Paulney, in fall 2007 he was released from the project. In June 2007, Robert Mark Carman was signed to write the screenplay in preparation for a 2008 release. At the July 2008 Comic-Con, Imagi introduced a Paulney scripted trailer. In August, art director Felix Ip began posting screenshots from the trailer. At the July 2009 Anime Expo, Imagi shared another 45-second, scripted trailer. Although it did not reveal much plot, it was the first public look at the 3D characterizations of the main villain Galacta and the Gatchaman team in and out of costume. The trailer also introduced the film's theme, A World in Chaos, an alien evil, a lone warrior is found. Earth's Last Hope, 5 shall rise, Gatchaman. In July 2010 Imagi posted a new 1-minute trailer for Gatchaman on its company website, with a release date of 2011. In December 2009, auditors reported growing concerns with the half-year results posted by Imagi. Although the company said that it was on course for the release of Astro Boy, according to the audit firm it is uncertain whether the group will have the necessary financial resources to complete the films Gatchaman, Tusker, and Cat Tail. In January 2009 the auditing firm announced that the studio lacked funding for the release of Tusker, Cat Tail and Gatchaman, although Felix Ip reported that Gatchaman was expected to be released later in 2009. In June 2009, Imagi opened Gatchaman for licensing and announced a planned 3D theatrical release in 2011. On December 11, 2009 Imagi's Hong Kong-based parent company, Imagi International Holdings Limited, laid off 100 employees. In January 2010 it announced that although the Gatchaman project would be delivered in 100% stereoscopic 3D, to safeguard working capital it would close its U.S. subsidiaries. The U.S. closure was finalized in late January, with about 30 staffers laid off and a few key personnel continuing as consultants as Imagi sought $30 million from investors for its animation projects. In February 2010 the parent company laid off another 300 employees, calling the layoffs temporary as it sought new investors. On June 21, 2011, Imagi announced in its annual report that the Gatchaman film project was cancelled. Nikatsu film Nikatsu Studios produced a live-action version of Gatchaman for Japan, which was released in August 2013. Video games. Ken, Jun and Berg appear as playable characters in Tatsunoko Fight. Ken and Jun appear as playable fighters in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Cross-Generation of Heroes, and Joe joins Ken and Jun in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Ultimate All-Stars. Reception. In 2001, the Japanese magazine AniMage listed the 1972 Gatchaman TV series the 10th best anime production of all time. Legacy. Impact Gatchaman helped establish the convention of the five-member hero team emulated in later series, notably in the successful tokusatsu Super Sentai franchise. The Sentai series Kajin Sentai Jetman was, in many ways, a homage to Gatchaman. Guest appearances and pop culture references. In 1994, the Science Ninja Team and Dr. Nambu appeared in a crossover OVA, Time Bokken, Royal Revival. In 2000, NTT East produced 2 animated and 2 live-action television commercials for their ISDN service with an updated version of Gatchaman, featuring members of the J-pop boy group SMAP. They appeared in several episodes of the 2008 reboot of Gatchaman as background characters and played a minor speaking role in the hour-long episode 12.5 TV special. The third episode of Skip Dance has Jun as a playable character in a reenactment of Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. The face of one of the characters appears in episode 252 of the Gintama anime. Archie's Sonic the Hedgehog comic series parodied Gatchaman in Sonic Super Special, issue number 12. A parody of Gatchaman was used in the cartoon Megas XLR as the S-Force, appearing in 2 episodes. Joe is the reference of the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG card, Swift Birdman Joe. The AIM-Comi version of Batgirl has a costume with design similarities to the Gatchaman costume. She is also equipped with batarangs that look identical to Ken the Eagle's batarangs. References. External links: Science Ninja Team Gatchaman at the Internet Movie Database, Kagaku Ninja Tai Gatchaman at Anime News Network's Encyclopedia.